All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, Ilima-Lei Macfarlane versus Bruna Ellen. Okay, so I went with Bruna Ellen in this fight. I thought Bruna Ellen, she was going to use her speed to her advantage and, just use her kickboxing all around. But I got to give it to Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. She was able to use her timing, time the speed, time the predictable striking of Bruna Ellen, and just fight the pace that she wanted to. Now, it looked a bit competitive in the first round, but I think later on down the stretch, Ilima-Lei, she got into a rhythm. She didn't let the speed frustrate her. She just started using timing. She said, okay, this is all she's offering is this in and out style. I'm going to start lining up these right hands. I'm going to punch my way in and, just clinch up Bruna Ellen and kind of wear her down. Bruna Ellen, it should have been on her to mix it up a little bit more because I thought she had the better hands and kicks, but she didn't really throw any leg kicks in this fight. I know she wanted to avoid takedowns because Ilima-Lei did miss weight. She came in weigh in at like 129. She was over 3 pounds over the limit. So the fight, it could have been canceled, but Bruna Ellen, she chose to take the fight and also take a part of Ilima-Lei's purse here. So it did benefit her in that one. She got her a little extra money, but she could have got the victory, I think, if she would have just stuck to more of a game of, mixing it up and not just trying to box, kickbox also. Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, one reason I couldn't pick her in this fight is because, she's always seems like she's always on the cusp of retirement. She's always talking about she wants to retire. She's not really feeling it like that. And that's how she was before this fight. Then, of course, after the fight, she was like, I still got love for the game. Maybe it'll be next fight. And I think at this point, it's just like a mentality with her. Like, she does that to kind of throw her opponents off. She wants to be, I'm going to retire. The next thing you know, she goes in there, starts making adjustments, and starts winning, I mean, looking back at the first round, right away, Bruna Ellen was getting into a groove, boxing well from the outside, setting up those 1-2s, keeping range to avoid takedowns. Macfarlane, she was actually wanting to stand here. She was eating some jabs and eating some shots here, letting Bruna Ellen get into a rhythm. But eventually, Macfarlane, she started to time the speed, land her straight right hand, and Ellen kind of looked off after maybe like 2 or 3 minutes in. She was landing good right hands, but then she was just like throwing this wild loopy left hook that was just off the mark. It was almost like she was afraid to commit to it, and she just wanted to throw it for good measure, but it was always off because she was worried about getting taken down. Like she wanted to get in, get out so fast where she was just letting her feet lead a little overboard. You know what I mean? Like she would just step out and then let that left hook just go wild. So she started missing that shot, and Macfarlane, she started to step in more and go for the takedown. She was able to end the round with the takedown, and I think Big John, he gave the first round to Macfarlane off just that takedown and a couple of shots landed. But I was like, no, Bruna Ellen controlled that round for the most part. Like, I thought she landed more effective strikes. Now, momentum started to go in favor of Macfarlane because in the second round, she started to time the right hand more and started cracking Bruna Ellen, knocking her back with that shot, keeping Ellen off rhythm now. So Ellen being a little bit more predictable with just those 1-2s was starting to get shut down here. Now with the level changing to Macfarlane, slowing the pace down, wearing Ellen down. Ellen couldn't adjust. She wasn't throwing any leg kicks. Like I said, she wasn't slowing Macfarlane's lead leg down. She was just boxing. So whenever Macfarlane started timing her shots, started taking her weapons away. Good jabs from Macfarlane in this round. She got a clean takedown, and she got a good finish in the second round. Well, she finished the round off, not a finish, but she got a solid takedown there to win this round much more cleaner for me. The third round, I think it's all in what you look at. If you're a fan of jiu-jitsu and you think that submission attempt control for like 2 or 3 minutes is enough to win a round, hey, that's you. Or it could be damage. Macfarlane, she used her striking well to open up for a takedown right away, but Ellen had her in trouble right away with her back to the fence. She went in for that guillotine. She locked it in, and I was counting this time. Macfarlane, she was locked in, had that neck. She had that neck tightened in a guillotine. Bruna Ellen was squeezing, and she said it was tight. After the fight, she said it was a pretty tight guillotine, but Macfarlane, she did a good job of climbing that fence to take a lot of the pressure off. But Ellen, she held on to it for like over 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes of the round. So, like I said, it's all in what you look at. I know defense isn't really score But, Macfarlane, she did keep her calm in there. You have to give her credit there. She was climbing the fence well and changing positions and staying on her knees to keep some of that pressure off, to avoid getting, just flattened out here. But Bruna Ellen holding on this tight, at some point, if you don't get it after a minute or two and you're in the third round, you might just have to let it go and get back up and go for what you know. I don't think that she was good. She should have knew that she wasn't going to get it after 2 or 3 minutes in, because after that, Macfarlane, she broke and she got top position and finished off with heavy strikes. So damage was landed in that last minute. Ellen controlled that submission attempt for like 3 minutes of the round. So damage or holding on to a submission, however you want to look at it. I had to give it to Ilima-Lei when it came down to it. So I had it 2 rounds to 1. I have to go for the damage. Somebody not just holding for 3 minutes of the round, not really doing anything with it, right? So yeah, Ilima-Lei, like I said, she's not retiring yet. I figure that she does want to go for another title shot eventually, but does she have enough skill to get back in there with the Denise Kielholtz? Yeah, I'm sure. Because sometimes Denise, she'll kind of step down a little bit here and there, against some of these grapplers, and she needs to work on her IQ a little bit as well. So that would be a good fight, just to test to see where they're at, who deserves the rematch more, Juliana Velasquez. As for Bruna Ellen, she got to work. She got to work on her IQ. Don't be so predictable with the speed, and you got to mix it up in there, So yeah, Ilima-Lei, she's not calling it a day yet. On the bright side for Bruna Ellen, like I said, at least she got a little bit more money out of this fight, right? Combo Breaker 99, let me know what y'all think. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.